What is up to the BetQL audience? It's the first ever episode of BetQL Market Watch. I am your host, Tony Tix Ocotillo, and man, we are starting on a journey. Okay, this is the journey going into NFL season. What a time to start with all the craziness of the trades that happened today, which we'll get into, and how they affected the movement. But before we get into that, let's just talk about what this show is going to be. Okay, this is the BetQL Market Watch, and what our goal right here is to do is to give you a fast-paced nightly betting, whether it be recap, preview show, talk about all different topics as well, breaking down the lines, the movement, and the momentum. Can be any specific sport, doesn't matter. We got Q&As going on in the comment section, and that's during the show, that's after the show, right in the chat box, obviously, and breaking this down from BetQL model bets, some line movement analysis we talked about, sharp versus public money, your daily wins and losses, what the subscriber value is, and again, next day betting opportunities. Like we already have a game on tap, 6:40 tomorrow that we're going to talk right in a couple minutes. But before we get into that, number one, make sure you like and you subscribe on the stream, wherever you are watching from, obviously right here on the BetQL YouTube page. And on top of that, what we want to do is just give you an idea of what is BetQL, right? You're already a subscriber, but what are you looking for? It's sports betting analytics program, and it provides data-driven insights, predictions for bettors. But the most important thing is by using BetQL, and I've talked about this multiple times. I'll get into my background in a minute, that you can have access to a wealth of information and analysis to inform your betting decisions, potentially improving your success rate and your outcomes. And that means taking what all these analytics are giving you and going to things like the alt market, maybe looking at a money line play and seeing how you can parlay that with a run line play, right? Everybody that knows me, let me get to my background for a little bit, just so everybody understands, who I am and where I've come from. You may have heard me. I've been on. I hosted series for 3 straight years on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. Okay, fantastic show, fantastic audience, a lot of great guests, a lot of great topics. Right, great producers over there. Love my series family. VSiN at night doing Tuesdays, and for me, I'm on the East Coast, so I'm staying up late. Right, staying up late when we're on VSiN and we're watching. And right there, Circus Casino. I'm obviously on remote. Okay, but getting into those next day lines, did a lot of stuff for Fox Sports Philadelphia. I've been on numerous radio stations for probably the last 10, 15 years, just talking fantasy and sports betting and a lot of hot sports topics. So that's who I am. Okay. Now, when you come into the program, I want to know who you are. I want to know what your agenda is. I want to know what you want to see. That's the most important. What do you want to see? What do you want to talk about? Because I have a whole list of things I want to talk about. And tonight, okay, what we're going to do, and we're going to try to keep this, and you guys know that I like to talk. And the best thing about this is whether you're watching live or on replay, it doesn't end, right? And that's the best part. The reason why I've structured it this way at night with me and the BetQL family is because now you get that information, whether you watch it now live, whether you watch it in the morning on replay, in the afternoon. It's all number one. You're talking before a 6:40 game. You have that information. We're going to talk NFL futures. We're going to preview the NBA finals. A lot of bets for that. And we're even going to talk about wins that happened already today based on the BetQL information and the model. Got screen shares show you exactly what we're going to do. So tonight we're going to recap the Chicago Minnesota game real fast. We're going to look at what the model talked about and what it's doing actually right now. We're going to talk about the MLB game tomorrow. Okay, we're going to attack a specific pitcher. Okay, when we talk about the over, we're going to talk about that. But NBA preview finals, I have two good value bets based on information that BetQL has given us. Okay, and then we're going to talk the NFL trades, and we're going to talk about a couple future picks based on those NFL trades. And again, make sure, as always, you like and subscribe right here on the BetQL YouTube page. We are going to be on Monday nights at 10 p.m., Wednesday nights at 10 p.m., and Sunday nights at 10 p.m. as well. And that is Eastern. But like I said, this is the best thing about the shows that I like to do is they live on replay, which means you can watch them the following day and still get a wealth of information. Listen, if you take off the first couple, you watch it even after 2 days later, you're still going to get the NBA that doesn't start till Wednesday night, right? And then you're still going to get the NFL futures, right? So that's most important. That's what we're going to talk about. Now, let's get right into the way we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to start off. You normally every episode start off with something that happened today, meaning what did the model and the information suggest, and based on those suggestions, what happened? Did it work? Right? That's the most important thing. Did it work? So that's what we want to do. We want to see, did it work? And the first game, okay, first game, we might have hit a trifecta. We already might have hit a trifecta for the first night. The model might have hit a trifecta. Okay. And I'm not saying this lightly. Okay. But right now, I mean, we are in the bottom of the eighth inning. And I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking at, because right now, man, this is exciting stuff, because when you can hit a trifecta right off the bat, that's what we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about. Okay, so right here, now this is the BetQL page, okay? And when you are a premium subscriber, this is what you're going to get. You see all the games right here across the top that are going on right now. But this is what I want to look at right now is the Chicago White Sox and Minnesota Twins game, because look at the score, 9-4 Twins. 9-4 Twins. Now, this is what BetQL, what we did based on our trends, our historical data. Okay. Again, it could go back 7 days, could go back 30 days, could go back a year. It's all the data that we have, okay, that goes into these models, and this not necessarily prediction, but a lot of this information. So look right here on the money line. We told you that's a 4-star bet. Go with the Minnesota Twins on the money line. I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now at 9-4. Then all you do, you click on here, go to the total. We went and said, listen, we got a 2-star rising rating right there, 2-star. We're going to go over 8, right? Over 8 on the total. Guess what? We're already at 13. That's another hit. Okay. And then the spread. We said take the Twins, right? With the -1.5. Right. So again, this is crazy. But when you look at all this and you think about it, you're going, wow. Like, look at what we just did, right? Based on that information. That's key. And the best thing is right here, when you look at this, you have the money line. It's giving you every place where those numbers are. Okay. Obviously, before the game, when you hit the total, boom, the books are going to change. It's going to show you where to get that best number. Okay. You saw Caesars with -105. Okay. The consensus is obviously -105, almost a plus money bet. Then you got the spread, right? Where are you getting the spread? So we almost go trifecta tonight, right? With this. And that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing, right? Right off the bat, especially that over, right? We get the money line to over right away. So again, 9-4, this is the stuff that we talk about. And all this is given to you every single day, right? And again, you're seeing the money coming in, right? This is the sharp better report. You're seeing the money coming in, and you're going to see this even better. Why this is important, okay? When we talk about tomorrow's game, right? When we talk about tomorrow's game, it's going to be that much more important. But again, this is the stuff that you're getting all in your one-stop shop for all things sports betting right here at BetQL. Make sure you follow that betql.co and check it all out. And make sure you like and subscribe the YouTube page, obviously, because that's where these shows are going to derive, and the great short content that continues to flow as well. So that's what you get right off the bat. That's what you get right off the bat. And that's what gets me excited. That's what gets me excited for doing these shows. Because again, sometimes when you do the live shows, you don't get the viewership right away. because again, some people are sleeping, some people are on a different time zone, right? But that's why you try to get everything together where you say, you know what? How can we make this stuff stick? How can we make this stuff last? So I'm extremely excited to continue to make it go and last, obviously, right? Um, so let's go right into what we stick to baseball. Okay, I want to stick to baseball. And we're gonna go with tomorrow. What about tomorrow? Let's talk about tomorrow. What game could I be talking about for tomorrow? Now, you see my backdrop, right? You see my backdrop. So you may take it as a given already of who I'm going to talk about, right? You may take it as a given of who I'm going to talk about already. But the best part about this is that we're able to look at it again. You're talking at least 10 hours before first pitch, 12 hours, 15. I mean, you're getting this information before a lot of people have access to it. And that's what's important because you want to get it. And when the sharp money comes in, before all the public money comes in, right? We want to see it in the beginning. We want to see how basically, especially for the prop market, I think it's extremely important. So, right off the bat, we're going to go the first bet that we're going to give away on the show, okay, is we're going Phillies Padres over 8 runs at -114 right now. And I'm going to bring up the model again, and I want to show you guys exactly what I'm looking at. And again, this is before first pitch. This is the best part. It's before first pitch. And I say this because this is tomorrow's game. Yeah, that's before tomorrow's game. Okay. So right off the bat, you're looking at the Phillies and the Padres. Now, the Phillies swept the Padres in San Diego. They swept the Padres in San Diego. Now San Diego's coming back here for the series, and they're trying to get a little bit of revenge. The Phillies have been very inconsistent. I know they started off boom with Mattingly, everybody got excited, but they're still the same team. Okay, they're still the same team. Now, the reason why I like the total in this, the over 8, it's a 5-star bet. You see this right here, 5-star bet. It says we have a total of 8.5 runs, which is 5 more higher than the over. So we're already above that, right? We're already above that. So actually go to the alternate line if you wanted to. Okay. You go to the alternate line for this specific game if you wanted to. And again, you can bump it up. That's the best part, right? A lot of this when we talk about it now, you know, you talk about, especially when you're talking about individual props, and you'll see this later on with the basketball props that I'm going to give you, that we're talking about a lot of alternate lines, right? Because that's where you're going to get that plus money. That's where it's not going to have a lot of juice on those numbers. You hear that word all the time, right? That's just a lot. You got to bet a lot to get a lot, right? Or I should say bet a lot to get a little, right? But when you're plus money, you can bet a little to get a lot. It all depends on the way you want to do it, or you can bet a lot to get a lot. It's up to you. Everybody knows that Tony Jigsaw Console loves the plus money, right? Everybody knows I love the plus money. Okay. So here's your total right here. It's a 5-star bet over 8. Now, the reason why I like this, and again, if you go right up to here and you hit this total, all right, look, FanDuel right now, okay, you can get plus money at over 8.5. See the eights I gave you at -114, but you can go over 8.5 at FanDuel right here. And again, you're going to get that plus money. And then if you hit bet now, if you're not again an active FanDuel subscriber or player, if you don't have a FanDuel account, boom, you're going to get an awesome deposit match as well based on BetQL. So make sure again you get over there and you follow everything's right at your fingertips right here. Okay, this is what I'm looking at, and this is what I'm giving to you. Okay, this is the way I want to at least show you what I'm looking at in order to get to what you need to have. Now, why do I like this? Okay, there's one reason. Why do I like it? There's one reason. My man, see you checking in. What is up? See ya. One reason why I like this a lot is because Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola. Listen, if you're not in Philadelphia, you got to look. You can't look beyond the statistics. Now, Aaron Nola has been getting beat up on the regular. Aaron Nola has lost about 3 to 4 miles an hour of velocity on his fastball. That's a problem. Okay, that's a major, major problem. So I'm going to attack Aaron Nola. The way I'm going to attack him is by going with the over in this game. Okay, no matter what the Phillies bats do, I don't care. I'm going to go with the over. Okay, I'm going to go with the over because, again, Aaron Nola, the other thing about just had a baby. He was on paternity leave, comes back. Now, I know everybody says a lot of people bet home run props on guys coming back from maternity leave, right? That extra juice, that extra. Well, guess what? It doesn't work with Aaron Nola. Okay, it doesn't work with Aaron friggin' Nola. I'm just saying that right now. Again, maybe he'll make me eat crow. I don't know, but just based on obviously the data that we have here, obviously it's a 5-star bet, right? Before I even gave my synopsis on Aaron Nola, BetQL, the model was like, yo, we already got this as a 5-star bet, right? So you already got this over as a 5-star bet. So again, that's right there. That's why I like it. And again, number one, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. But number two, make sure you get over there to BetQL dot co. Check it out because everything is right there, like I said. And you can get look, you can go to the spread is a 4-star bet with the Padres getting 1.5. I like the total. Okay, but all you need to do is click on boom, each one you get a summary of why. Then when you come up here, it's going to change your consensuses, bet your numbers based on whether it's the spread, the total, the first 5 money line, which is only FanDuel and BetMGM, the first 5 total, which is just right there from FanDuel, but at least you're getting it, right? You're getting it all one. I love seeing the money line and totals, right? So we're going to go to the totals. And again, it's going to give you, what time the game is, and you're still watching that. Look at that 9-4 game. Boom. So again, that looks like another trifecta hit we talked about earlier on BetQL. So that's what you get. Okay, that's what you get when you subscribe to BetQL. You get all those analytics to help you make an informed decision. Now, let's swing right over. Told you it's going to be fast paced. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel as always. Again, it's the BetQL Market Watch. It's the first ever episode of the BetQL Market Watch. I'm your host, Tony Cantillo. And again, as we continue to go on, whether it's in the comments on replay, whether it's in the comment sections on live, you want to talk about a bet that you're thinking about, a bet that you're talking about, a game that you like, a topic that you like, doesn't just have to be sports betting related. Right, it could be an actual topic. You want to have a debate. I'm all about debates. I want to stick to this show under 30 minutes. I think that's magic, right? Magic is under 30 minutes to me, maybe 35 to 40, because I am going to be booking some guests. If you guys remember, or if you don't, that was one thing I love to do. I had multiple guests on Sirius on those nights with great guests, great conversations. It's something I want to continue to do, man. I my man Sia says I just made I saw that, Sia. Sia, I saw that. I saw the Super Bowl exacta, dude. Like you're in, so you're gonna and see us going Rams over Bengals. And now see ya. You know, Jigsaw is liking that. Jigsaw is liking that. So this topic's going to be for you. Okay, let's talk about what happened today in the NFL. And if you were sleeping, obviously, I don't need to get into the entire story. Okay, but all this talk about AJ Brown and the Patriots, AJ Brown. But what happened? What happened? The Browns said, "Oh no, we're gonna trump that, right? We're gonna trump that. We're gonna get the hot ticket, and boom, we're gonna hit you with Myles Garrett, and we're gonna send Myles Garrett to the Rams, and we're gonna get back Jarrett Verse at a pick." So I love Jarrett Verse. Again, this is an all-in move for the Rams. Obviously, they look at the quarterback breaking down. They look at a lot of things and say, you know what, this is our shot. This is our shot. So I listen, I respect them for going all in. I do. Now, because of that, I went right to the futures market. And see, I know you did the Super Bowl exacta, and you know me. I like the props. Okay, I like the props. Now, this is where I went. Okay, I went right back, and we're gonna go Myles Garrett over 15 and three-quarter sacks. So just say he's going to get 16 sacks. Okay, let's just make it easy. Okay, take those tenths out of it and just say he's going to get 16 sacks. Breaks the record last year. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you never know. No, listen, this is the way I look at it. Okay. This is the way I look at it. I look at it and I go, you know what? This guy is got extra fuel now. He took the money grab, right? We know it. It was a money grab. He took the money grab with Cleveland, whatever. Do what you want. He balled out. But at the end of the day, this guy wants to win a ring. He wants to win a ring. And if you can't play for Sean McVay, and you can't get up and play for that Rams team with that talent that they have already amassed, and knowing that you're in a driver's seat right now with everything that's going on out there in the NFC West, like you're in the driver's seat, he's going to have extra. He may break his own sack record this year, but I can't see him not getting 20. I think he's well on his way to getting 20. I do. I really do. And that's why I think this is a no-brainer. And you see, it's already got some juice on it at minus 120. Right? That number already at minus 120. So don't forget, the Rams have a very good front line. Okay, so it's going to be a little different than Cleveland. He's not going to, he's going to get some extra attention, but he's not always going to be able to get the extra attention. Okay, so this is going to be a great move, and I think this is a great play at minus 120 with Myles Garrett, because again, I think that's even going to get more juiced up. That's going to get more juiced up as we go on and on further into June. Make sure you like and subscribe right here at BETQL. This is the BETQL Market Watch. I am Tony Jigsaw Cotillo. First ever episode. We're going to hit you here on Monday nights. We're going to hit you on Wednesday nights, and we're going to hit you on Sunday nights, all at 10 p.m. Now, there was another trade that happened in the NFL, and that was the long-awaited A.J. Brown. Right? We already knew A.J. Brown from my Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown going to the Patriots, inserting himself into all that drama. Okay. But a lot of people right off the bat, especially in Philadelphia, my hometown, are Devontae Smith. Listen, again, following the BetQL adage here, following the BetQL way, where we're trying to make informed decisions to get the best value possible. Jigsaw's a value guy. So there's no value to me on Devontae Smith. Zero. No value on Devontae Smith. The value lies somewhere else. Does it lie on Dallas Goedert? I don't know. Does it lay on Saquon Barkley? I don't know. I'll tell you where I think it lays. Okay? It's going to lay right here on the rook, Mekhi Lemon. This is my future play. Mekhi Lemon just over 649 and a half. So he's going to get 650 or more. I will tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I will be absolutely shocked, barring any type of injury, if Mekhi Lemon doesn't get at least 750 receiving yards. See, this is what I think people are missing. And again, that number minus 110 right now, that number was over at DraftKings. Okay. So a lot of what people are missing when it comes to this number is right away, they're forgetting what kind of receiver he is. He's an explosive. And again, I don't like comparisons, but I do like comparisons, right? It makes my job a little easier. And everybody's talking about guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. No, I'm talking about a team that just traded for Myles Garrett. I'm talking about the LA Rams, and I'm talking about Puka Nacua. I'm talking about a Puka Nacua, a guy that's very strong, that's not afraid to throw a block, but also has an intense run after the catch. He will barrel people over. He will do what he needs to do to get those extra yards. This Sean Mannion offense in Philadelphia is going to spread so many people around. You see what they're doing. Bringing in Hollywood Brown, Octavian Wicks, right? Torrey. They're bringing all these guys in that can run different crazy routes. Okay, intermediate routes, long routes, post routes, but it's going to be an intense version of, you know, running around like crazy. That's the only way I could describe it. Running around like crazy. They're going to go jigsaw crazy. Okay. And Makai Lemon is going to be lined up in so many different variables. And there's going to be so much attention on Devontae Smith. And I'm not even sure if Devontae Smith can handle that attention. Nobody is right now. Okay, they bring back Dallas Goedert. As long as he can stay healthy, he's going to clog up. That's another piece. Please understand what I'm trying to say. Think about it. If you live in Philadelphia, the one knock on Jalen and Jalen Hurts was always he doesn't throw across the middle, doesn't want to go across the middle, doesn't want to go across the middle, right? So who runs across the middle? It's his tight end and Dallas Goedert. Okay, so if he's not going to, if Devontae is going to be locked up, if Dallas Goedert's have to get the ball across the middle, who's going to go to? It's going to go to Makai Lemon. I'm telling you, Makai Lemon is going to have a very, very good rookie season this year. And that's why I like that number at over 649 and a half in receiving yards. Again, barring injuries, I don't see a world where he doesn't get 750. That's my opinion. I think he needs to get at least 750. I would be shocked. Unless, again, barring injury, I don't want anybody to get injured. Anybody. So they were the big trades today in the NFL. A lot of crazy stuff happened in the NFL. But what also has happened is Wednesday night, it's going down. Wednesday night, New York Knicks, San Antonio Spurs. I will, again, I will say this. I am not a fan of the New York Knicks. Obviously, they came in to my house in Philadelphia and they swept the rug with us, man. They swept us out of our own building. It was again, it's not like we're not used to it in Philly when it talks about the 76ers, but looking at that team, the Knicks, they're a strong team. And again, highest point differential in the NBA playoffs. Now, again, it has a lot to do, right, with who they played. Their fearless leader in Jalen Brunson, really proven a lot of doubters correct. I mean, a lot of doubters wrong, who didn't think he had the leadership qualities as a superstar to be the guy, and he's showing he is the guy. He doesn't just have a supporting cast around him, man. He is leading that cast. And again, it's always good when you have a Carl Anthony Towns, right? That you can feed the ball to. It's always good when you got an OG Anunoby that's going to be there as long as he can stay healthy. It's always good when you get a Miles Bridges, right? It's always good. It's always good when you have these guys. And again, that's what's great when you look at it and you break it all down and you say, okay, this Knicks team, I did just say great and Knicks at the same time. Okay, I did, but that's hard for me. But again, Mikal Bridges, he's a very, very intense player, very underratedly intense player. That's going to be locked up on these guards. He's going to play a really hard defense that may limit some of his offensive stability. But overall, man, I'm looking forward to seeing the Knicks and obviously seeing the Spurs come out after such an emotional win, right? After such an emotional win. And they, at the end of the game, you just saw Wemby. He's one of those guys I think that just he loves the game, right? He just loves the game. And you're seeing it right now. I think we're going in good places with Wemby. We're going in good places with Wemby. Now, we already have a preview up, and I'm going to share my screen with you again, show you what we got at BetQL going on for the NBA Finals game, because that's important, right? You want to see what kind of information we're looking at. Now, obviously, I showed you some baseball with the model bets and the spread, right? The money line. But let's go down here to where we start getting. Now, number one, we already got 69% of the money coming in on the Spurs. It's important right now because this is sharp money coming in, okay? Which is good. We're going to see that line movement. I think earlier it might have been 62%, I think. So now we're at 69%. So let's see where that goes. And that's another great tool that you have right here at BetQL. Now, I love looking at what we're looking at. Now, just to understand, even though this only maybe is 2-star bet, that's based on what DraftKings is saying. So on another book could be a 4-star bet, could be a 5-star bet. But again, this is where we tell you we're helping you with the information, right? We're helping you with the information. I think that's extremely, extremely important. And the reason why I tell you this is because we're going to start really showing you how this is going to work. And I say, I'm going to start showing you how this works. Okay. Because we're going to get right into our first play. Now, I don't have any Knicks plays tonight. Okay. I don't have any Knicks plays tonight. I have 2 Spurs plays. Why? Because that's the value is telling me. So right away, we're going to look at Keldon Johnson. Now, you guys will understand the way I do things. It's not just through analytics. It is an eye test. I watch the games. I watch the energy. I see if the confidence picking up. So many different things that I do throughout the course of each game. And when I'm doing research for my betting market and I'm using BetQL based on the statistics and trying to put them all together, I still think the eye test is huge. Now, Keldon Johnson started off a little sluggish, but man, he started to really, really get his confidence back. Now, right here, we have as a 1-star bet, but it's just to make a 3-pointer. 1 3-pointer made at minus 157. Obviously, extremely juiced up. Extremely juiced up. However, I look at his projections, and we're already looking right here at 11 points. So I'm already saying in my mind, knowing the way Keldon Johnson plays, knowing he's already out in the wing, knowing he's a corner 3 guy, if he's getting 11 points, to me, he's knocking down at least 2 triples. That's the way I'm looking at it. He's knocking down at least 2 triples. Now, why do I say that? Let's go back. Why do I say that? Let's think about it. So if he's going 2 triples, now he's had 4 in the last 3 games. He's hit at least 1 in 2 of those games and 2 in the last game where he started to get his confidence even more. Okay. When he hit those, so like you could see in his eye, he had that hunger. Okay. He had that hunger. So that's why I like the Keldon Johnson alternate line. This is the first time we go alternate line at 2 or more 3-pointers made. Look at that plus money number. Plus 290. You talk about an extremely high valuable play right there. Plus 290 for Keldon Johnson to hit 2 or more 3-pointers. I am telling, and again, our model predicts he's going to go 11 points. Am I saying models are always absolutely right? No, nothing's ever 100% guaranteed, right? But showing that the data is pushing him into double-digit territory shows me, and again, it's the way you have to realize how the game is played, how they run their offense in San Antonio with Wemby, how they run it. I'm telling you, the slashers are going to be Vassell and Castle. They're the slash and De'Aaron Fox, not Keldon Johnson. So because of that, he gets the opportunity to get that big-time value at plus 290. 2 or more 3-pointers made. So that's where we're going right there with Keldon Johnson, because I love the alternate line based on the BetQL information. Now, more BetQL information. Where else are we going? One more guy who's really picked it up, man. Who's really picked it up. So let's see who else we have right here for Finals Game 1. And we're going to go with Julian Champagnie. Champagnie, man, he's playing with ultimate confidence. He's already talking about you're taking a chance on a guy, right? Taking a chance on a guy like they did with Julian. And Champagnie is really proving his worth. Listen, they are showing, especially Wemby, especially Mitch, these guys, the coach, the star, they're putting so much confidence into these cats. And I'm telling you, JC is just showing the sky is the limit. Now, you look at this model, okay? His PRA is 19. We're already going over 10.5 points right here at almost plus money. Actually, it is plus money right now. at over 10.5 points. It is plus money. Now, why do I like this? Okay. Why do I like this? And I'll tell you why. Okay. I will tell you why. Look at his last few games. That's what we have to do. Look at his last few games. Okay. So if you look at it and you break it down, he's been playing meaningful minutes. Okay. And he has 20 or more points in two of his last three games. He's averaged, here's the key too, 19.3 points per game in two games against the Knicks. The Knicks are forgetting about my man Penny. JC's getting forgotten about. That's important. He's getting forgotten about. And because he's getting forgotten about, I'm telling you right now that this number this is a great value right here. This is a great value. I will be absolutely shocked if he doesn't get in the double digit territory. I will. You want a good stat line from me? I'll say Penny, give me 16 points and probably 5 boards and possibly 2 3-pointers made. At BetQL, we got him for 2 3-pointers made. So I like that. Okay. So that's the Penny number for me. And to get 11, okay, and to get 11 and you're getting that minus, or actually it's plus 101 right now, right? It just actually jumped as we're live. It's actually plus money, right? So you get this as plus money, right? Plus money. What do you got to lose? Plus money. So this is another one of those plays that I really like a lot. What you're going to learn from me as we continue on this journey is I like to pick out plays that a lot of people may not be playing, but also it's going to give you a ton of value. I want to give you as much value as possible. You're already getting the value with BetQL and all the analytics that they're giving you. You're already getting the value with the information, the historical data, the trends, right? I talked about with trends, it can go back 7 days, 30 days, or even a year. Okay. But the most important thing is how can we give you more value beyond a subscription? How do we get you more value? Well, one of the ways we get more value is by getting these plays in these games that really make sense, taking the historical data, taking the trends, and really finding not only the value, but probably more of the plus money on the alternate lines as well. Maybe we can, again, when it comes to football season and we start really getting into it, again, we're gonna go jigsaw crazy, right? We're gonna have those jigsaw crazy parlays like we always have, right? Based on some of the information. How can we continue to take advantage of some of these bonus bets that the sports books are giving us, the contests that we're gonna get? I didn't even talk about how you can take the fantasy angle, right? I haven't even talked about how we could take the fantasy angle out and really show you in the betting market. So I think that's extremely important. Extremely important. Sia says Julian cut for McClung to be in the slaying contact is wild. And I love McClung, but still wild. I forgot all about that. Does that Sia? Sia bringing in ultimate conversation to the fold, man. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. It's crazy. But listen, everybody, fantastic first show. Okay, I said I wanted to keep it on the 30. We're 38, but that's okay. I introduce myself. I get a little energetic. You never know where we're going to go. Again, make sure you check it out, betql.co. Make sure you get over there and check out all that information I'm telling you about. We will have a bunch of promo codes coming, a bunch of contests that we're going to do, giveaways, you name it. That's what we're going to do here when we talk about contests. We get into the underdogs. Obviously, we have a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. But again, this is the BetQL Market Watch. We're going to be live here on Monday nights at 10 p.m., Wednesday nights at 10 p.m., and Sunday nights at 10 p.m. as well. Sunday's going to be a banger, right? Sunday's going to be a recap. And we're talking about, good and bad, what happened during the week. Sunday night's going to be a good night where I try to book some guests. So we get the conversation going as always. But most importantly, what you need to do is like and subscribe to the channel right here at BetQL so you can stay up to date with the BetQL Market Watch. As always, I am Tony Jigsaw Cotillo. This is BetQL. And again, make sure you like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll catch you back here next time.